Hello, everybody. Joe Bagdonuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Full Metal Demon Muramasa. Finally feeling a little bit better. I thought I was over most of my cold uh, when I was recording last time. I was not. Uh, it left my head, and just kind of my voice became kind of fucked up a little. Because like the day after I recorded, well, later in the day I recorded. Like it had moved to my ears and it's kind of just like my head feels like it's full of fucking lead. And whenever I take like my headphones on and off, the air pressure change would make me go, oh, like it just didn't feel good. It was that my voice became like even more froggy, which was weird because I wasn't like coughing very much or anything. Didn't have like, I wasn't all gooey like you get when you're sick. It was just kind of like weird, gross sounding voice. Like I had fucking sandpaper in my throat, but it didn't feel like it though. Like, I didn't feel like when you have that sore throat where it feels like your fucking throat lining is made out of fiberglass and, like, every time you swallow it hurts. Nothing like that. It is just I sounded weird, I didn't wanna record, and, then I was just too tired yesterday to record, in all honesty. I went to bed late and then kept getting woken up, ugh, in the morning. I say morning, it was, like, 8 p.m., so reasonable time for my neighbors to be up and about. It sounded like someone was fucking shooting a gun on my street. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I wake up. I'm like, huh? Fucking look outside, hear it again, and then I hear a table saw going. So I'm like, oh no, it's not a fucking gun. Someone's just using like I don't know, like a fucking rivet gun or something. It was like, "Tut, tut, 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 tut," and then ring, fucking power tool noises. I'm like, that's great. Try to go back to sleep, but then it's like every 20 minutes it would just go again. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Slept until like two in the afternoon trying to recoup that sleep. Didn't work. Ugh. And then last night I went to bed kind of late too. I say late. It was like 2:30 a.m., which for me isn't that late considering I go to work at like 3 in the afternoon. But I just couldn't go to sleep. I don't know what it was. I think it's because I went to the gym after I left work and before I came home. It just did something to like my body's chemistry where it's like, yeah, we're fucking ready to go. And I'm like, no, it's time to go to bed. And my fucking brain and like all my endorphins are just like, nope, we're awake. So then I just proceeded to toss and turn for like 3.5 hours until it's more like you pass out. You don't really go to sleep. Just kind of just you lose consciousness in your bed. And now here we are, where I had to wake up early today anyway because I needed to schedule a bunch of appointments. Ooh. Really, I should have woken up earlier so I could go grocery shopping. I have like fucking nothing in my fridge right now. It's like I have two fucking like bison meat sausages and some like three eggs of questionable age, which I don't want to risk cooking and making myself sick. And that's it. And like just a whole bunch of condiments. There's also a empty like 12 pack of Chorus Light, like just the box. I just have the box in the fridge because my trash is full, and I'm waiting till Friday to put it out. And I don't want to overstuff my trash and rip the bag, so that's just gonna stay in the fridge for now. And like an empty milk carton that has no milk in it, but I don't want to, for the same reason, but also I don't want to put it out and just have it, stink, even though it'll be closed, in the eventuality, in the what's the word, backups, not inevitability, you know, whatever. In the event that for whatever reason it like I don't know breaks or something, I don't want stinky old milk smell in my kitchen. So that's gonna stay in the fridge until trash day too. And now you know the contents of my fridge. We feel so much closer now, don't we? Anyway, what happened last time? We fought fucking giant god form Ukyo. That was a surprise. Uh, Travel through time, dodged laser beams. And now we've fully, abandoned our free will to Muramasa to I don't know, become one superior life form or something. I don't know, man. We're fucking just rolling with the punches now. Let's see where it goes. Functions restored. Begin diagnostic. Confirm designation. Sengo Uemon no Jo Muramasa III. Confirmed. Scan internal databanks. Data found. This unit is combat capable. Acknowledged. Scan internal databanks. Data found. This unit has a mission. Confirm mission parameters. By decree of His Imperial Majesty, the Son of Heaven, Guardian of Peace and Harmony, this unit is commanded to seek out and destroy enemy of the throne, Uemon no Jo Muramasa II. Mission parameters acknowledged. Scan internal databanks. No new data found. Acknowledged. All extant data compiled. State purpose. To eliminate Muramasa II, contemporary designation Kinseigo, and restore order to the world. Confirmed. Assess current situation. Target active in theater. Confirmed. Situation pursuant to Imperial decree, and stand by and engage target. Oh yeah, and we're in space. I forgot about that. My identity established. I prepare to meet the enemy. My target, Kinseigo, is close and approaching rapidly. Time to contact, 0.2 seconds. Evasive action is possible, but likely to limit my options. Inadvisable. I will engage the enemy head-on. My current armament consists of one Nodachi and one Wakizashi. I will use neither. Against an opponent this agile, the limitations inherent in the use of any weapon will make landing an attack impossible. This situation calls for unarmed combat. I step inside Kinseigo's kick and deliver a light palm strike to the chest. No damage, but I succeed in blunting the enemy's offensive. Now to follow through. Oh, well, you're doing better than you have ever done before, except for, like, the rocket punch at the end of the hero route, I guess. A clean hit. Kinseigo boasts superior speed and power, but not superior durability. Even unarmed, my strikes have sufficient force to damage the enemy. Assessment. Tactics effective. Continue present course.
やってくれたな、影明。今の体術、光としたことが不意をつかれた。こんな技、こんな速さを隠し持っていたか。
Yeah, totally.
足を死ぬとは人の悪いやつ。ここからが本気というなら、光もその気で報いねばなるまい。
Please don't.
仕切り直しだ。すべてを出せ、すべてを見せろ。俺もすべてを持って答えてやる。
I analyze the enemy's transmission. No response required.
Huh? Shut!
Ow. I'm fine with, like, that sound of, like, metal crunching barrels or whatever. Or crunching metal barrels, but, like, the sharp whattings! That just hurts my ears, man. My counter-strike explodes against Kinseigo's guard, knocking my enemy back. But, though the impact surely penetrated its armor, its pilot laughs with glee. The silver Musha rights itself, and attacks with redoubled ferocity. I extrapolate the enemy's likely course of action. Low kick, right straight, left elbow thrust. As expected, while deflecting Kinseigo's third strike, I insert a sharp reply. No contact. The enemy evades my attack, then immediately resumes its assault. Extrapolate. 2-punch combination into high kick, spinning back kick, right elbow hook, 3-punch combination, leg sweep. Would a leg sweep do much when we're floating in 0G? I mean, I guess it might get you spinning and, like, throw off your orientation. Kinseigo's last move betrays my expectations. A high kick staggers me, and for an instant, I'm vulnerable. The enemy whirls, unleashing a reverse heel kick. direct hit, damage severe, but not fatal. I remain battle-worthy. I evade Ginsego's follow-up. Then, close to point-blank range, my left hand slides behind the enemy's back while my right delivers a crushing blow to the sternum. Yoshino Onryu, Hanazuki.
Kageaki.
We exchange attacks through several more passes. I am unable to land a killing blow, but the same is true of my enemy. The contest is even. Yes, even. Muramasa III is at last Ginsego's match. We gonna have a beam clash? Can you see the shit? That's really loud. Yeah.
消せぬ。どうにも消せぬ。良い勝負をしているのだ。かつてなかったほど。光に追随する力と技。見事というほかはない。
Yeah, it's like you're not really fighting him at this point.
なのになぜ響かぬ。なぜ心が躍らぬ。光のこの冷めた胸は何だ。影明とこれほどの戦いを演じているのだ。震え、高ぶり、どうしてこんなにも虚しい。
Mm-hmm.
まるで
Oh, yeah, that's because you are.
かしか何かと殴り合っているかのように。ふん。さすがはミド。相変わらずの鋭さよ。どうやらその間、征告を得ておるぞ。村正。誰の兄はあそこにはおらぬ。
Mm-hmm.
何？いや、バカな。いつぞやのようにお前の娘が、影明抜きで武者のふりをしている
Well,
と
no,
いうのか。
he's in there.
そんなはずは。
It's just, he himself is like gone for the time being.
あの時とは違う。あれは正しく合一を果たした武者には違いない。
He's just kind of in there as like a meat battery.
うん。考えようによっては、これも信仰一致か。どういうことだ。港影明の心は今、剣に食われているということよ。意志を飲まれ、肉体を支配されている。
Yeah, it's like what you do with like your fucking little weird freaks on the ground.
精神干渉の力でな。なんだと。奴の動きの良さもうなずける。肉体の脳を剣の統制下に置いて、思考と反応の無駄を極限まで削ぎ落とした結果か。いや違う、そんなことはない。影明、そこにいるなら答えろ。お前はまさか。
Oh, so it's okay when you do it, but as soon as someone else does it, it's unacceptable. This transmission is stronger than the last. No response required. Meanwhile, I have readied my next offensive. Time is of the essence. Ginsego makes no attempt to invade. Unusual, but no matter. My kick lands cleanly, blasting the enemy farther into space. Significant damage is likely.
ミド！感じぬ。影明の心が見当たらぬ。本当にいないのか。本当に。俺の影明を奪ったのか。雲の村正。
This transmission is the strongest yet. No reply necessary. My armor quakes as if struck a blow.
許さん。認めん。お前などに影明を。あの娘一人でできる決断とも思えん。おそらくしての同意を得て。それとも最初からして。
Like, yeah, my daughter's kind of a wet towel. She wouldn't have the guts to do this on her own.
言えな。 それこそありえん。鍵明が己の意志で剣に全てを奪わせるなど。俺は宣告言った。鍵明に
Like, I kind of beat to the punch, it looks.
俺が奪うのだ。鍵明を奪い、物が物とするのは俺だ。この光るだけの権利だ。返してもらうぞ、雲。何をどうしても、何がどうあってもな。
Not gonna happen. No response necessary.
いまいましい。いまいましいのだ。我が物顔に鍵明の手
Fucking
足を
pot
くり
meat
寄って。
kettle. Jesus Christ.
火が見える。腹渡がねじくれる。触れるのも触れられるのも虫唾が走ってたまらぬ。おいおい、お前はすりつぶす。豆のように引いてやる。塵となって、
Okay.
この暗い海に溶けてゆけ。
That's bad. Danger, danger. Gravitational disturbance detected. The sensors scream a frantic warning. The enemy is preparing its deadliest weapon. Evade? No time. Preempt.
終わりを始める。死を行う。空を表す。
Too slow. The end has already begun.
ブラックホールフェアリーズ。
A whirlwind appears, blacker than space, whipping the vacuum into a frenzy. Like an infant birthed from the silver musha, it howls with primal hunger. Is that sound effect just gonna play constantly? No? Okay, thank God. The storm expands without pause, without limit, consuming the space around it. It is feeling its growth. What energy? The empty vacuum, the mythical aether, its own ravenous hunger. No matter what it consumes, it will never be satisfied. It is emptiness in physical form, a singularity of starvation. I'm already caught in the phenomenon's grips, bound by 1,000 invisible chains. Flight is impossible. My own power over gravity is useless here. The force my enemy wields is an order of magnitudes greater. I train my sensors on the gravity well, hoping to measure its exact strength. Instantly, my readout erupts into gibberish. Zero, infinity, error, error. Comprehension is futile, hopeless, out of reach. I know only that the force is drawing me inexorably. Sure, yeah, I know that word. And towards its seething heart. Analysis confirms that what I already know. I have no hope of reaching the center. The tidal forces inhabiting this space will tear me apart long before annihilation approaches.
来い。丸のみにして灰よりも細かくバラバラに。そうしてお前と鍵明とをより分け、お前のクズだけ捨ててやる。スイカの種を吐き出すようにな。
Without a solution, my destruction is assured. Destruction equates to the failure of my mission. Unacceptable. A solution is required. Assess options. Do I possess a weapon with the potential to counter this phenomenon? Affirmative. The railgun. It is my only chance. When I attempted my Getsu against the black hole at Hachiman Shrine, I failed and lost my sword in the process. This time, however, I have my Nodachi. Tetsu may well be up to the task. Assess feasibility. One problem found. Gravitational forces are limiting my mobility. I cannot wield the railgun without total control. Theoretically, if certain conditions are met, it should be possible to re-establish control for a fraction of a second. Not long enough to escape the black hole, but enough to maneuver within its gravity well. This alone will not be sufficient. However, for the window of freedom will be too brief to charge an effective strike. My railgun must be at maximum power to have any hope of success. What I need is a stable platform, something that can shield me from the maelstrom's gravity for the few seconds that I will need to prepare. For example, an object massive enough to generate its own gravity well, one that will counter the black hole's pull and keep me fixed in place. But where will I find? That will do nicely. I have my plan. Step 1, reestablish control. Step 2, retreat to the designated safe zone. Step 3, destroy the black hole via railgun. Now for the first step. This is likely to present the greatest challenge.
ほう。挑むか。
Is this how the moon shatters?
新規の調和。五階層法人の解明に。
I don't know what that means, but sure. Probably some fucking like Chinese mysticism alchemy thing. The enemy has discerned my intent. Expected. This is Ginseiko's field of expertise. The fivefold cube. That is the obstacle that I must overcome in order to shake the black hole's grip. It is, simply put, a problem of math.
見事果たせば、我が新規の地獄からの脱出もなろう。だが、できるか？渦が苗を砕くまでいくらもないぞ。このわずかばかりの時間で新規125機の配列を見出すと。面白い。やり遂げてみせよ。三世右衛門の城。
In order to escape the black hole's pull, I must first balance out the forces that bind me. That means utilizing my own power against Ginseiko's. At its heart, graviton control is a matter of manipulating fields of varying strength to achieve the desired effect. There are 125 possible degrees of strength, one being the weakest and 125 the strongest. The relationship between these is simple arithmetic. 10 is twice as strong as 5, while 27 and 57 are together equal to 83. All 125 of these may be manipulated simultaneously, but each can only occupy one position at a given time. Imagine space as a cube, with myself at the center. Divide this cube into 5 vertical and 5 horizontal tiers. Okay. And thus we create 125 smaller cubes. It is to these that we must assign our fields. The simplest way would be assign them to each position in order. Yeah, just go down like that. But of course, this will not produce the necessary balance of forces. In order to re-establish control, I must ensure that the strength of the fields is distributed evenly throughout the space. To wit, I must assign my field so that every vertical and horizontal line of 5 spaces. Dude, I fucking hate math problems. Like, actual, math science people are fucking insane losers. I just say that because my brain doesn't work on that wavelength, so that's what they look like to me. People who, get horny over, fucking proofs and theories of math are like, okay, man, you do you, I guess. As well as every diagonal line of 5 spaces. Adds up to precisely the same total strength. There is no hope for victory save this. So be it. Let us begin. I'll need every faculty that I possess to solve this problem. My pilot's brain will not be able to find the answer in what little time remains. Even my processing unit is not quite up to the task. Same, Kagyaki. Same. Maybe if you gave me, a day and, a lot of fucking scratch paper, I'd be able to do it, but But if I join them together, Tsurugi and Pilot, then perhaps. Assign the value so that each vertical, horizontal, and diagonal line of 5 spaces adds up to the same total value. First, click the value you wish to place, then click the space on the grid where you wish to place it. Straight up, just using the guide for this. But in case I fuck up, no. Pop a save there, I guess. Do I have to click on... Whatever. Oh god, it's because it's at like a fucking angle. I don't know what side I'm supposed to put it on, so we'll fucking trial and error it, I guess. Yeah, you don't want to fucking be here and watch a recording of me do math homework for 3 hours when I try to put this together. It'd be like when I was doing the Umineko I was gonna say Let's Play, but it's not really a Let's Play. The Umineko read-through, one of the later chapters, there's one where it's like, now you the reader, have to solve the mystery. Here's the little short story. Give me the answer at the end. And it's like, fuck. And so I made like a Word document and like fucking went through it for like 3 hours. And, you know, I eventually got it. It wasn't that hard. It just took the time and like critical thinking. But that would not make very, compelling content. Maybe for like a stream, to watch my idiotic thought process, see how my like deprived fucking psychotic brain works as like a freak show kind of thing. Like how people go to a carnival to look at the weirdos. No, click. There we go. Yep, it's all good. Actually, let me just bust out my calculator. I'll just test like one of the squares. That way I know that I did it right. All right, 36, 110, 46, 22, 101, 315, 59. Oh, I have to actually hit the plus, not just thinking in my head. 11, 84, 60, 101, 315. Okay, I put it in the right order. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Yeah, I did it with the power of friendship with all my fellow friends on the internet. They gave me the answers. We fucking cheated. And really, conspiring with your friends to cheat on your math homework is truly, the epitome of the will of humanity or something. I don't fucking know.
人の思考力をも利用したればこそか。そこまでのことができるほど人との一致をなしたのか。
Step 1 complete. Control established. Step 2 complete. Position stable. Step 3.
己逃がさぬ。
Wave of gravitational force lashes out like a grasping fist. Although it is weaker by far than the storm itself, a drastic loss of mobility is assured if that wave catches me. That will hasten my return to the void and doom my plan to failure. How to prevent this? Flee? No need. Against this attack, these fortress walls will suffice. Time is short. This bastion will not last forever. I must use the brief span allotted to draw forth all the power that my flesh and metal possess. For this moment, nothing else matters.
おお
A second wave reaches out, and a third, but my shield holds, its alabaster light keeping the darkness at bay. Already I can feel its protection waning. At most, I have a few seconds more. Seconds are enough to seize victory.
レールガンうわち
My energy reserves exhausted. I land atop a lunar mountain and turn to assess the aftermath. It worked. I saw my shining blade cut into the void, tearing through the very fabric of its being. Its dissolution is inevitable now. And surely Ginsego, as the black hole's core, has suffered mortal damage as well. I cannot imagine that it alone escaped my strike, for nothing in this world is faster.
屈するいやお前は忘れているだけだかつて一度だけその速度を超えたものがあったことを邪魔だ敵
No, you can't just ride or kick the moon. Sensing danger, I flee into lunar orbit, not a moment too soon. Below, cracks stab through the porcelain rock. In the blink of an eye, Earth's sole satellite shatters into innumerable glittering fragments, and blasting through 8 trillion tons of rubble, my enemy bears down upon me. Ginsego shattered the moon? The situation is dire. I'm in no condition to fight. I would expect the same to be true of my enemy. Somehow Ginsego remains operational. My only choice is to escape and recover my strength.
逃がすものかよ翼を願いに打ち勝つための翼をアベンジザブルー
I've seen this before. Yeah.
光は記憶に焼き付けていたぞこの速さこのきらめきを
Oh, you're just such a genius you can replicate moves after seeing them once.
そして己がものとした
This is how Ginsego escaped my attack? Of course. Did not escape unscathed. As Ginsego approaches, I see the Katetsu's close passage has left it critically wounded. Words are hard. My enemy's armor is cracked and twisted. By all rights, it should not be able to fly. Yet fly it does, faster than ever before. And the black core of the ravenous void still howls within its grip. Possible. Where is that power coming from? How does Ginsego keep fighting?
俺はただ一つの夢港光の願いの塊
Yeah, she uses dream logic. She can just kind of fucking do whatever.
夢は破れぬ破れてはならぬ
You done? Thank you. The black jaws open wide. And the next thing I know is darkness. What happened? Where am I? There's something missing. Something was taken from me. What?
何も欠けてなどおらぬ鍵焼きお前の求めるものはすべてここにあるはず
Is it? It doesn't seem like there's anything here at the
違
moment.
うか
Oh no, we got Vord! No! Ikaru.
もう戦いは終わったゆるりと安ら
Over? But there's still.
げ影焼き何を不満に思う
Something was taken from me. Something precious.
それは逆だぞお前は奪われていたのだ だが光が取り戻した。もう何も欠けていないはずだ。なぜ足りないなどと思う。
Because I don't like this. This is weird. I'm warm.
そうだろう。お前は光の中にいる。
No, your sister's into fucking like unbirth. Ugh.
光に守られている。安らぐだろう。
You found the tags on her Sad Panda account and you're like, oh. Yes, peaceful.
ならそのまま眠ってしまえ。光は構わぬ。他ならぬお前だ。腹に入れても痛くはない。
I don't know, man. I don't think so. Getting kind of weird with it. But I have to kill you.
どうしてだ。
Oh, if you're in her womb, just kind of like lose your like fucking placentic wall and just do the thing where like just the existence of the fucking child inside their body just kind of like kills the mother. You've taken many lives.
そうだな。だからお前は俺を拒むのか。
Yeah.
とは言うまい。そうとも。お前はすでに知っている。武の本質を学んでいる。それはただ命を殺めるものであり、そこに正道邪道の別もない。あまねく武は善悪相殺の呪いを負う。ならば武人が同じ武人を正義とみなし、邪悪とみなし、己を認めて他を拒むは、至極おかしな試技と言わねばなるまい。
Don't care, I'll do it anyway.
武人はいずれも同じ。その刃先に善と悪を分け隔てなく散らすものなのだ。
Something, reject your reality, substitute my own.
武を非難できるのは、身に寸鉄を帯びず道を解く聖人か、単に恥を知らぬ偽善者のみだ。お前はどちらでもなかろう。お前に俺を拒む。
Can we reject you because this is weird?
安心していい。憂いなく光を求め。
I mean, it makes sense, you know, fucking daddy issue girls with like a weird bangs haircut. You know, this tracks from what I know. My heart, it will lead me to spiders. Something shimmers in the darkness. Bright motes, like flakes of metal, drift in the air around me. Tenderly, I reach out. One by one, I grasp them between my fingers and begin to piece them together.
なぜそんなものを欲しがる。
Because boys like spiders.
そんな冷たい鉄の塊。
It's a cool robot. Cold. Yes, it is terribly cold. Each touch is like an icicle thrust into my heart.
そんなものはお前にふさわしくない。それがお前にとって何だというのだ。お前が選ぶのは光。
Clearly you don't understand, you know, the bond between, you know, a man and his machine.
お前を守る。
The strongest bond that a human can
安息を与
forge.
える。この光を求めればいい。
Like how in mecha shows, you know, a pilot is able to will, you know, their machine by screaming really loud, and somehow that, you know, that makes its hydraulic actuators work, you know, stronger and harder than is, you know, within the realms of possibility.
よい。影明。
The machine is just a conduit for the human soul, you know, and you use enough times, it kind of like gains its own soul, huh?
光が問う。
Questions?
正直に答えることだ。偽りはお前の立つ礎を崩し、
Okay.
弱めてしまうからな。 もっとも偽らず答えても俺の中に収まる結末は変わらんが、
I'd really prefer not to.
まず一つ、スバルなき今、お前の安息は光のもとにしかない。
Peace.
どうだろう。
Drop another save. Like, in a sense, you know, yes. Because, you know, she's the crux of everything, you know? Whether we somehow resolve this, you know, peacefully or we kill her, you know, only you are the key and the lock at the same time for, you know, his peace of mind and heart. True.
うむ。ついで一つ、お前は俺の所業をなじるか。
The whole point is, I mean, me personally, the reader is like, yeah, you're a fucking crazy bitch, but you know, Kageaki himself is like, I just want to save my sister, man. Ugh. He's like, law of balance, you know, I've also done wrong. No.
そうだろう。さらに一つ、その冷たい鉄の塊はお前を何があろうとも守り通してくれるか。
Will this protect me? No. It's kind of, you know, what's hurting you. But you also kind of need it at the moment. But no.
そう、それは敵を撃つためにあるものであって、お前を守るためにあるものではない。もう一つ、そやつはお前に安らぎよりも苦しみを多くもたらし、
Oh, yeah, obviously. This thing has
そうだな。
been a fucking menace. Pain. Solace. Yeah, it hasn't been a good time. Yeah. Really wishes he could just be some fucking bean counting fucking accountant again. You know, in his shitty little village. With his cute bandit GF. You know, beat her into submission and becoming a trad wife or
最
whatever.
後に一つ、お前が求めるものは。
Oh, Muramasa.
なぜだ。
Because you're fucking crazy.
なぜ光を求めない。なぜその雲を求める。
Again, you know, I talked about it before, the bond between a man and his
な
machine.
ぜだ影明。
I will never choose you, Hikaru.
なぜ。
We are killers, you and I. Our guilt is equal, as you say. And yet, we are not the same. We can never be together.
なぜだ。
Because you condone what you have done. You were a dream. You have no conscience. No matter how many lives you take, you will never doubt your way. You accept yourself. Not I. Yeah, because he knows what he's doing is wrong. You just don't care. I reject myself and all that I've done. Unlike you, I'm real. I'm part of the world. Where I've been, what I've left behind, is no less important than where I'm going. Even if all those my actions have saved gathered before me to sing my praises, I'll never be able to ignore the corpses piled beneath my feet. I did what I thought was necessary. Saw no other way. Even so, nothing will ever convince me that what I did was right. I'll never forgive my crimes. We are not the same.
影明。
I am real. You were a dream. Our paths can never be intertwined. If I must choose, then I will choose my own kind. I will choose one who knows her place in the world, one who sees the blood on her hands, and who will never lay down that burden.
だから
I gather the scattered flakes of metal. I restore them to their original shape. everything back to its proper place. My purpose, my will, and my armored flesh.
俺はお前を呼ぶ。村正
Hey, look at that, and he got like his will back too. Yeah, now we do like an end of Evangelion and like burst out of her. Though, not like her eyeball. She did like the thing at the end of that fighting game. Fuck, which one was it? It's the one with Terry Bogard. Fatal Fury. Yeah. She did the fucking end of Fatal Fury thing. God, what was his name? Geese Howard? You know, when you throw him off the cliff and he's like, or off the top of the building, and he's like, and as he's like fucking spiraling down to the street below laughing at you. She did that pose. I emerge, Muramasa once more, to the ruin of the void. My return from the black hole has undermined the fundamental logic enterprising its existence, that something may not be born from nothing, and thereby triggered its total collapse. All around me, the darkness convulses. I watch as it tears itself into a million streaking fragments, then melts into oblivion. It is like witnessing the death of a star.
見事もはや言うことはない我が娘三世右衛門の
Dude, shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
なれは
Go away.
己
You're
としての
weird.
脳を駆使して五階層法人を解き明かし新規の調和を導いた
Bitch, you're crazy too. Like, get out of our life. Go. Chew.
なれは過信せず誤解せず正しい理解と信頼を置きその絆を持って見事な信仰一致をカカ様だが心せよ
Oh, okay.
あれは破れもはや眠るのみだがあがしては
What does that mean?
破れてごらん
I guess she's a dream. I guess she can just survive in the void of space. The creature that burst from the black hole's wreckage is no longer the Silver Star of legend. Its wings are torn, its armor rent, its right arm is simply gone. Its wretched form is not my doing. Seigo inflicted these wounds on itself by infusing all of the world-bending power into its last attack. When I broke the void, that power had nowhere to go, so turned inward against its source. The Tsurugi has all but ceased to function. That it still retains any functionality at all is impossible to believe, and yet, the pilot's will keeps Genseigo flying.
雲の村正奪うのかお前が奪うのか
Yeah,
かつては母が父を奪った
you're just like the Cut Queen.
今度はお前
Get
が
used to it,
影
kid.
焼きを
This is not a Musha, not anymore. Something more primal. Rage, hate, desperation, sorrow, grief, despair. It is all the emotion that a dying wish can command. It falls upon me like the wrath of a storm. No. Power surges from Genseigo's remaining hand. I instinctively raise my Nodachi to block. What is this? Another wave like those the Konjin unleashed? No. This is mental pollution. The same power Genseigo uses to control minds. Only now, so potent as to strip the atoms from everything it touches. She's trying to break my cohesion. To separate Tsurugi from Pilot by force. Foolish. Genseigo will reach her limit before my defenses fail. It's only a matter of time.
影焼きはお前を望んだお前もなのかでも影焼きを食らい己の内側に溶かし込むのがお前の望みか
You're kind of projecting a little. Like, no, you wanted to devour him before I could get to him. Gotetsu howls beneath the strain, but manages to hold the waves at bay. Just a few seconds more.
影焼きを消すのか 光の手の届かぬところへ奪い去るために食らい止めて消してしまうと、お前の中に溶けきってしまえば輝きは二度と戻らない。未来へ
You're not wrong.
そんなことを許せるか。
Minato Kageaki will cease to exist. And? What difference does that make? It means nothing to me. It means nothing to... me? The moment he offered me his hand, all I've truly wanted was to be his strength, be his rock, stand by his side no matter what comes, and perhaps in the end, see him happy.
輝きを返せ。
I just want him back. I awakened amid a torrent of gravity, like bursting through the surface of a river in flood. I'm myself again, Minato Kageaki. No, I can't win like this. Without abandoning self, without becoming a hero, I'll never... At last, the strain proves too much. My Nodachi shatters, filling my sight with a cloud of shimmering fragments. And in their metallic light, I see...
いい。これはあてからお兄さんへの。お兄さんは港影焼である限り、お姫には決して勝てない。お兄さんは無名の英雄になって、世界を守ることだけが目的の本当の英雄になるんだ。お姫を倒して。いい？お兄さん。
Do what you gotta do.
これは足利ちゃちゃ丸の
Thanks for cursing
お
us.
兄さんへのこの世界への最後の呪いだ。
Oh man, getting a little toasty, huh? That can't have felt too good. Pretty waves, though. I smash into the ocean like a missile from heaven. An eternity seems to pass before I float to the surface. A miracle that I survived. My body is a wreck. I can hardly move. My blood stains the water red. Ooh, that can't feel too good. Some nice salt water and some open wounds. Muramasa's voice is distorted and strained. I can barely make it out. Yeah, you're an overly emotional machine. Still got your woman's heart. We can't blame you. My own voice is a little more than a whisper. There's no reply. Power is spent, as is mine. The unity we shared is a distant memory. We are both ruined husks, near death. Even so, this is how it should be.
あいつは本当に陰謀に向いていなかった。
You should have never named your words a curse. None of you truly hoped to end the world.
ちゃちゃ丸め。
That was a warning. If not for her final words, I would have remained a fool to the end. I would have given myself entirely to Muga. I would have fought as a righteous defender of mankind. And then, once my enemy was dead, I would have turned my blade upon the earth. The human race would have perished by my hand. That, after all, is the law of balance. Whatsoever you take a life to protect, this too you are bound to destroy. The hero who slays the greatest evil is doomed to take that evil's place. One must never become a hero. Murder must never be a selfless act. If you truly believe that a person must die, then kill them yourself with your own heart. Looking back with clear eyes brings a rueful twist to my lips. But madness led me, for even a moment, to believe that I could stand for humanity. If every shred of my self-awareness I possessed had not deserted me, I would have realized it for the ridiculous presumption it was. From the very beginning, there was only one path. At last, I see it true. I must kill Hikaru. Not as a hero, as Minato Kageyaki. As the last person whom she can call family.
Kageyaki.
Oh, have you seen her when she's like not in spider form? Like, ooh, mommy.
どうして光はいつも奪われる。なぜ光の求めるものは光の手に残らないのだ。
Because you're like a combination of both childhood friend and Emoto character, you like had no shot.
なぜだ。なぜだ。なぜだ。
Like, unless it's literally like a fucking, I don't know, little sister game, like an Emoto gay or something. Like, unless that's like the category we're in, no. Wasn't gonna happen. High above, far past the dawn, a lonely child howls with grief. Karu, how I pity her. Even after all she has done, in my heart of hearts, I want only one thing. To heal her soul, give her peace, shield her from hurt and woe. Not the world, not mankind. Her. Only her. I would give anything to see her safe. I cannot kill her, no matter the cost. To protect her is my life. And yet, to kill her is my duty. On its face, the conflict is irreconcilable. Yet, reconcile it I must, or everything will end. I need a system, a flawless art, a technique to make the impossible possible. I need an invincible Maken.
この怪我は従軍していた看護婦を砲撃から守ろうとして仕損じたのだ。いや、看護婦は助けられたが、自分の身にまで気が回らなかった。ご本家の怒りも当然。これで私は役目を果たせなくなった。こんなことを年端もいかぬお前に頼むのは心苦しい。だが、
Okay.
逆らうことは許さん。取り押さえろ。そのまま連れて行け。ああ、これでは役に立つまい。薬を打ち込んでやるしかなかろうな。
Yeah, part of me was wondering if this is, really, how it went down, if the family really was kind of as weird and twisted as it seemed, and yeah, lean into it.
その方がこやつも救われよう。
Like, cool. Huh? Get hit. Ha 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 ha. Sure, man.
お前は俺のものにはならないのか。俺を望んではくれないのか。
Yeah.
どうしても手に入らないのか。ならせめてお前は誰にも渡すまい。新規修練。
Oh, okay. Waves churn the winter sea. A storm. No, the earth itself is quaking, rocked by the power building beyond the sky. I know exactly what this power will do. It will strike with the force of a titan's hammer. It will plow me and it will plow through me and through the earth, through to its molten core. It will crack the planet like an egg. The end of the world is here. I must stop her. I must take her life. And yet, I know. Yeah, she lived in a society. None of this is her fault. No matter what anyone says. Karu's just a dream. Whose fault is it then? It all began with one act, one choice. To whom does that original sin belong? The old master? Minato Atikaka? Minato Subaru? Oh. Oh, you're gonna stab her with like a broken sword tip? Ugh. It's gonna hurt. It's a fucking shank at this point. Yep.
光を殺せばお前はその雲をも殺す定めそれでも良いなら来るがいいボーリンダムレイディーバグ
Let us now, at the end, tell a tale of Maken. Like all techniques, a Maken is an exercise in logic. It begins with a question, and ends with a proof. They told him that he wasn't ready. They said that the truth would bring only pain. He believed them. He knew his limits. He was a child, ignorant and powerless. And so he bowed to their demand. He made that terrible promise. But was his choice then truly correct? Was there not another way? He was not ready. Could he have prepared? Pain was inevitable. Could he have soothed it? Why did he not choose that path? Why did he forsake the bonds of blood? Guilt. All of it is here. The one he must defeat is there. Answer is plain. The enemy is here. Maken. Ladybug Comet. She is not your daughter. You are not her father. You must never love her. Understand? Instead, promise that you'll protect her. Not as her father, but as her brother. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's ooh, right on nail on the head. Yeah, what I was suspecting, true. Promise me, Kageaki. Daddy caught a piece of fucking shrapnel to the dick. Shit don't work no more. There is only one man to blame. One man from whom this wretched fate sprung. He alone deserves to die. With all of his hate and all of his malice, he thrust his sword into the beating heart of his enemy. Deeper, deeper, deep enough to kill. Thus, Minato Kageaki slays Minato Kageaki. Thus, the unbreakable law takes hold. Law of balance. Who takes the life of one despised must take the life of one beloved. As strength departs his broken body, his soul comes afire with love. Propelled by that love, the curse takes flight. Ken. Full Metal Demon? Yeah, 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 yeah. Title drop, title drop. Oh, they're not going to end it with like a fucking Muramasa at the end? Or the entire move is just called Full Metal Demon. Good enough.
この掟が愛の実在を証明するやはりここに
Yep.
愛はならばよし光は望みを叶えたこの手に取り戻した絆を
Oh no! Titty! I gotta censor that.
良い
Radar 106.
良い夢であった
光る。光る
Woo! Credit roll! We did it, people!
Yeah.
So, yeah. Ever since, God, when was it? You know, I suspected there was a thing that had happened with him and Subaru at a point. When was it? Like one of the first H scenes where he's like, you know, sex is something fucking primal and, you know, violent, and it showed like the silhouette of a woman. Like, man, she got some fucking big tits and dark hair, kind of like someone else, huh? Weird. I wonder if anything fucking weird shit's happened to this weird fucking aristocratic, you know, Japanese family. Probably not. But what if though? And yeah. And I'm like, oh, yep. Turns out it was exactly that. And you know, obviously I don't want to come across as like, oh yeah, I knew it all along. Ha ha ha. It's like it was floating around in there, but I'm like, fucking how old is Kageyaki when he got adopted? Like, it's like, how does this work? Like, and it's like, no. And it's like, well, maybe. But like that, you know, he was actually Hikaru's father. That was something more out of like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like everything clicks now. Is that I didn't suspect like at all. But you know, maybe there's a bit of an inkling, like something doesn't feel right. You know, doesn't like there was some something that I wasn't getting. Like I'm like, well, why doesn't it make sense? But then it's like, oh, duh, click, obviously, like, fucking clear in hindsight. But, yeah. Still got to make, a big choice at the end, don't we? Which means we just gotta sit here and listen to the credits for a little longer. But the fact that we're down at the localization team means we're right at the tail end. There's not much. Good job, Hentai Hospital. Whatever you did. Yep, listen to that fucking distorted guitar. I too played with a pedal once. Yep. Good job, Nitro Plus. You made a good game. Like 99% of the way there. Just gotta see if you fully stick the landing. Epilogue. Who doesn't love a good epilogue? Mutsu.
知事、
どうした？その様子だと何やら素晴らしい吉報のようだが。
残念ながら。
分かっている。言ってみただけだ。私がこの陸奥の国の知事を拝命してから1年。
Yeah, it's bound to show up
聞い
eventually,
た
right?
試しがない。それで、
Not every day can be bad.
大間崎からの緊急報告です。
蝦夷の情勢についてか。
はい、
ロシア軍に動きがあったんだな。
はい。
待ってくれ。よし、心の準備はできた。蝦夷の陳大兵が一斉に全滅したと聞かされても大丈夫だ。
本当ですか？
Yeah, nothing bad ever happens to Hokkaido.
いや、君の気配り感によるかな。あまりトゲのない柔らかい言葉で小鳥を撫でるように伝えてくれれば、私も衝動的にピストル自殺しなくて済むと思う。
弾を抜いておいてください。
わかった。もういい。人間、諦めが肝心だ。
函館に多数の艦艇が入港しているそうです。戦艦ガングーと戦艦インペラトリッツァ。
Oh, okay.
そうか。ロシアが蝦夷を完全占領したという報告ではなく、いよいよするという連絡か。つ
Said
ま
they're
り
docked.
なら、現実逃避する余裕くらいはありそうだな。
いえ、知事、それが
There's always more.
函館には陸軍も集結しつつあるらしく。
あんなところに今、ロシアの陸軍が。
おそらく陸海軍の共同作戦を行うためではないかと。
Well, that's not good.
それはわかるが、どこを相手にだ？そんな大規模な合同作戦をやって落とさなくちゃいけないような大和軍の拠点が。
ないと思われます。
Yeah.
蝦夷には
こっちか。
理論的に考えて。
ピストル。
知事、
No, not yet. Ezo, the island which comprises Yamato's largest northern territory, presently exists in a state of chaos, with Russian and Yamatoan forces struggling for dominance while rebellious natives and the runoff from Honshu's power struggles all angle for their piece of the pie. But though the situation is fluid, with alliances shifting almost as frequently as the weather, one thing is clear. It's only a matter of time before the Russians grind another force into submission. And after Ezo, their target will be Tohoku, or so it was assumed.
知事、陳樹府からの返報です。
やっとか。なんと言ってきた。
Good luck!
ロシア軍の帰途は蝦夷を占領して本州侵攻の足場とするにあり、したがって今回の行動は津軽海峡における航行の安全を目的とした辞意と思われる。動揺するなかれ、詳細を確認した後、必要に応じて衛兵を送る。以上です。
冗談としては面白いが、それがもしも本気だったら困るな。
They just fucking left you out to dry.
困りますね。
本当のところは
繰り返しになりますが、要するにただの威嚇だから気にしないでおけと。
バカか。バカなのか、あの連中は。ロシアは蝦夷を征服してから本州に来る。教えていただくまでもない。
Yeah, come down from Sakhalin, get Hokkaido, then just keep island hopping down the chain.
奴らは考えを変えた。半ばゲリラ化した蝦夷の大和軍に構っていても仕方ない。東北を奪えば蝦夷の兵も孤立して立ち枯れになると見切ったんだよ。
ええ。
G なわけないだろうが。あいつらが蝦夷に攻めてきてからこれまで、
Oh, well, they do
威嚇
everything
なん
for
て
show.
可愛い真似を一度でもしたか。これ見よがしに軍事行動の準備だけして実際には行動しなかったなんてことあったか。
まったく。
必要に応じて遠兵。それは敵軍がこの陸奥に攻め込んできたらってことか。
Yeah, usually it's easier to beat
我々はどうしてればい
a
いんだ。
landing force before they establish beachheads.
さあ、
陳樹府の連中はもうなんだ。 全員揃って脳に炎症でも起こしたのか。
Oh, they just all have like their brains are cooking and they're delirious.
ありそうな話です。
もう一度私が直接将軍と話す。
はい。
Yamato's northern command comprises 6 territories: Mutsu, Rikuchu, Rikuzen, Ugo, Uzen, and Ezo. It was formed expressly to defend against Russian aggression. The command includes men and equipment sufficient to, if not to repel an invasion, then to at least hold the line long enough for reinforcements to arrive from the south. That is, in fact, its mission, which, in this instance, it has failed in utterly, and the Ezo garrison fell with barely a whimper, and now the entire island sits poised to fall into enemy hands. While this may be blamed partly on the Russians attacking with much greater ferocity than anticipated, matters would perhaps not be so dire if Northern Command had allocated even half of its resources to Ezo's defense.
ダメだ。話になりゃしない。必要と判断されたら兵を送るの繰り返しだ。
援軍は今必要なんですが。
Yeah.
陳治府は分かっていない。いや、分かっている。本当は。しかしあいつらには中央の覇権争いの方が重要なんだ。関八州を分取るために北方六州を捨てる気でいる。
Like, yeah, we'll put out the fire once it actually, lights up. Right now, it's just smoking. It's fine. Just keep an eye on it. There's no flames, you're overreacting.
そんな。
バカな。って言えたら幸せだ。陳治府とロシアはすでに密約を結んでいて、エゾと東北の異常で折り合いがついてる。ロシア軍は海峡を渡ってくる。陳治府は動かない。私の権限で使える戦力らしきものは警官隊くらいだ。
Oh, yeah.
上
Totally.
陸を阻止する方法は。
The fucking local cops are gonna, repel a fucking amphibious landing force.
知事、ならいっそ攻められる前に降伏しますか。陳治府が関東の構想に介入し、エゾの旗色が悪くなり始めた時点で。
悪くない。
Mm-hmm.
無抵抗でロシアの軍門に下れば、少なくとも戦争被害は受けなくて済む理屈だ。
はい。
市街地を略奪され、抵抗した市民が何人か、何十人か、何百人か殺される。それでも無駄に戦って惨敗するよりはマシ。
Reasonable. The reasonable choice to make.
はい。
だ。ロシアは封建制度の維持に固執している国だ。皇帝と貴族はそうするだけが生き延びる道だと思っているし、
Everyone's a fucking
それ
serf
はあな
now.
がち間違いでもない。だから彼らは領土を広げ、占領地を農地にして住民を農土にする。
Mm-hmm.
大和でもそう。いずれこの陸奥も我々も銃に怯えながら畑を耕すことになる。いや、炭鉱を掘るの
Real
かもしれな
fucking
いし、
damned if you do, damned if
工
you
場で
don't.
人間機械になるのかもしれないが、抵抗しても降伏してもそうなる運命は変わらんよ。我々の生活は徳川時代まで逆戻りする。いや、それ以下だな。
何か。
Yeah, the Russian Tsardom was a
方法はないの
fucking
でしょう
shit
か。
show at the best of times.
あればぜひとも知りた
Let me
い。
tell you,
私
it
自
wasn't
身
at
に
its
ついて
best
は
very
諦めもつ
often.
く。だが家族がいるし、家族のことをのけてもこの陸奥は私の生まれ故郷だ。諦めをつけるには重い。君も同じだったな。
はい。ここは故郷で家族もいます。どうしようもないからと
Mhm.
投げ出せるものではありません。
だがどうしようもないな。
Into the hills
住
we
民
go.
全員でどこかへ避難できるわけもなし。
そもそもこの陸奥が北と南から疎開してきた人々でいっぱいですからね。
東西の海しか逃げ場はないか。
What, into the fucking ocean?
神様に祈って海を真っ二つに割ってもらうか。
それで約束の地へ行きつけるなら。
Like, well, if you go west, I don't think you have that many friends over in Korea and, mainland China, for reasons that should be obvious. And if you go east, man, that's a long fucking walk.
前世紀から延々と戦乱が続きっぱなしの大陸へ渡るのが関の山か。 神仏の救いを夢見ることさえできない状況とはな。
不信心のツケ
Oh,
でし
gee, I wonder why it's been at war for 100 years. Crazy. I wonder who they've been fighting over there. Weird.
知事、
不信心者は不信心者なりに頼れるものはある。必要なのは軍事力だ。侵略を妨げるだけの。
そうですが、
戦力になるならこの際あくまでも構わない。
Uh-huh.
知事、それは
かの傭兵帝国は特定の条件さえ飲むならどんな依頼でも決して拒まないそうだ。どれほどの大国、どれほどの大軍でも敵に回すと。
Fucking Ichijo doing her big old
聞
hero
いた
arc.
ことはあります。
なあ、さっき拳銃使わなくてよかったな。この命にもっと有効な使い道があった。
知事、
そんな顔をするな。
Mhm.
中途半端じみてきてこそ
Like,
ば
well,
い
you
く
know,
なる。
if we're gonna die anyway in the
別に
fighting, you know,
自己
might
犠
as
牲の
well,
精
you
神
know,
に駆られているわけじゃない。
we do it this way. It's worth
単
something, yeah?
に責任を全うするだけだ。給料分の仕事をすると言った方がいいか。陸奥を守るのが私の役目だからそうする。
Yeah, better
それ
than
だけ
getting
の話だ。
fucking ripped up by the NKVD or something. No, what's the,
私は
or whatever the
部
fucking
隊に
czarist
行く。
equivalent is. Whenever they
あ
get
と
here.
のことを頼む。
はい。
Situated approximately 50 kilometers southwest of Aizu's Oshima Peninsula, the island of Matsume has historically been known for the rich bounties of its waters. In recent years, however, the island's chief export has been not seafood, but war, thanks entirely to the efforts of a group calling itself the Warlords. No one quite knows what to make of the Warlords. Are they a nation, a sworn brotherhood, an LLC with stock options? They're mercenaries, that much is certain. They will fight for whoever has the need of their power, attack any target, defend any town. The client's nature is not important, only whether they are willing to meet one very specific condition. If they are, then the might of which the warlords can offer far outweighs the modest fee which their services also command, for their forces are comprised chiefly of Musha-wielding blood cruxes, the invincible armor of legend. Not so invincible now, some may say, and it is true. Recent advances in HVAP shell, the vibro cannon, have taken much from the Shinuchi of yore, whose antiquated, semi-sentient control systems are unable to interface with these powerful new weapons. The days when Musha commanded the skies with their fabled strength and skill are over. Now the much-scorned Dragoon cousins rule in their Kazauchi. Of course, as most Musha belong to a warrior or noble class, and are therefore leaders of men, not just soldiers, their authority remains largely intact, even though they have ceased to be the ultimate power on the battlefield. At the same time, being as power was the foundation of their authority, it is easy to see why many might feel their pride threatened, and why no small number have even chosen to abandon the military altogether. Nope. To these lost Musha, the warlords have offered a place, and with it a reaffirmation of their core warrior identity. While Dragoons may now dominate the battlefield, still, Musha remain a force to be reckoned with, possessing as they do not only their mighty armor, but also a wealth of training and experience. A single Musha can rout a battalion of tanks, clear artillery emplacements from the mountainside, and even, with the right conditions and tactics, defeat Dragoons in the sky, where at melee range, Shinuchi still greatly outperform their counterparts. By thus employing Musha at their fullest potential, the warlords have satisfied not only their pride, but also their clients' need for power. And so their membership grows, although with each who would use them, even in spite of the loathsome price at which all must agree. In the beginning, both Yamato and Russia tried to oust these deadly outsiders from the island that they had claimed. These efforts failed, however, and the forces they sent encountered inexperienced explicable storms, and places where gravity itself seemed mad. Acknowledging that the warlords seem to pose no threat to their shipping, the powers of the region have since decided to pretend like they do not exist, a stance which has proven particularly useful when they have need of the warlords' discretions. Thus, the warlords' legend grows, from Yamato to the continent and beyond. Together, these battle-hungry elites fight and kill across the breadth of this strife-ridden land. And wherever a soul makes use of their power, there is also a soul who curses their name. Words are hard. For in truth, these things are inseparable. Such is the warlord's nature. Fucking outer heaven, big boss.
ようこそ知事殿、歓迎します。こんなところですが、どうか堅苦しくなさらず。
は
Fancy digs you got here for a random fucking rock in the middle of the ocean.
本当なら、まずはテラスの方にご案内して、お茶を差し上げるべきなんでしょうけど。
確かに、今は玉露とアールグレーの区別もつきそうにない。
ここへ来られる方は大
They're
半
pretty
そうですよ。
different. You can tell.
お
You
茶
know,
を一杯楽しむ間に
Earl Grey's got like
国が
citrus in
滅
it.
びると信じている。申し遅れましたが、私はオーリが武帝の生涯担当です。
Real fucking high cut, like, fucking kimono you got there. Jeez, lady.
代表して話をさせていただくことになりますが、
それはもちろん。決定権もあなたが。
いえ、私は話をするだけ。決定はあちらの。
あの方は。
武帝。この名は私たちの総称ですが、もし誰か一
Alright,
人
the
が担
original.
うとするなら、
Gotcha.
それはあの人になります。
要は、あなた方の社長ですか。
Yeah, he's like the boss, but the boss of bosses, so we call him Big Boss because he's the biggest boss.
社長いいな、社長。ええ、利益追求にまるで興味を示してくれない困った社長ですけどね。おっと、社長は無駄口を好まれない。
All business.
あなたもお急ぎだ。早速本題に入りましょう。
ええ。単刀直入に言えば、あなた方の力をお借りしたい。
ロシア軍の攻撃を防ぐために
Uh-huh.
ですね。
ご存知でしたか。
当社の業務は質の良い情報を常に確保しておかねば成り立ちません。地球の裏側の政変も1時間以内に報告されますし。
説明せずに済むのは助かります。おっしゃる通り、函館のロシア軍が。
Graver words have never been spoken.
明朝、あなたの陸奥へ都会侵攻を仕
It's
掛
like,
け。
oh damn, that early?
明朝。
おや、それはご存知なかったんですか。参ったな。情報はただ売りするもんじゃないんだけど。明日の
Yeah,
朝
freebie.
で
It's
す
a
よ。
freebie, you know.
ロシア軍の無
Incentive
定
to do
表に
business.
陸奥へピクニックって書いてあるのは。てっきりあなたもそれを知ったから慌ててここへ来られたんだと思ってました。
いや、猶予が許されないのは分かっていましたが、まさか。
Just made it in the nick of time, huh?
間違いないのですか。
波と風の状況が良くなかったら、気が変わって神風を祈るつもりになられたのなら、良い神社をご紹介しますが。
結構です。神風では何も解決しない
Yeah.
ということは、先の対戦で十分に学びましたから。やはりあなた方にお願いしたい。まだ間に合うならです。
間に合わないと
Yeah,
したら。
I know it's a little last minute, but you guys do like expedited shipping?
神社を、なんなら身投げに向いた断崖絶壁とか、二度と出てこられない樹海とかでも。
大丈夫。ご心配なく。この場で契約が結ばれれば。
I don't know if they're doing it
十分
tomorrow,
間に合
you
い
know,
ます。
like at most that's like 24 hours. And at least probably like it's probably the afternoon, so like, you know, they'd probably set off like early in the morning, like 3 a.m. So, you know, we got like fucking 10 hours at
武
least.
帝の戦力は機動性と即応性において人語に落ちません。しかも今回は距離が近い。これは何より幸いでしたね。
Yeah, just a hop, skip, and a jump.
少し
Then
言葉を
you're
貸して
there.
ください。 不幸中のと。
不幸な時こそ小さな幸運が必要だって思いませんか？平穏の中の幸運は大抵気づかれもしないし、それでご依頼は必要な規模の戦力を必要な期間だけ、津軽海峡の防衛隊として雇用なさりたい。
はあ、いや、こちらとしては防衛ではなく、
Yeah, catch them while they're
先
still
制
in
攻
port.
撃をお願いしたいのです。
Can't launch an invasion if they got no ships.
先制攻撃。
ロシア軍が函館から動く前に損害を与え、撤退させていただきたい。
Yeah, get them off our necks.
なるほど。私たちの要求する雇用料金はほとんど必要経費程度。それでも安くはない額だし、継続的に雇うとなれば大金になる。
How nice that you only charge to cover your overheads.
今の陸奥にその余裕はありませんか？
身も蓋もない。
失礼。
しかしその通りです。経済は混乱する一方、出費はかさむ一方なので。
Is it that bad? Fucking Almor is like all agriculture.
私の一存で動かせる金では。
短期間の雇用しかできない。なら、守るより攻撃を。正しいお考えです。
Yeah, just a one and done,
攻撃に勝る防御はありませんしね。函館で戦えば、陸奥に被害が及ぶ心配はない。と、私たちの性質にも、その方が適している。
では。
問題ありません。当方としては。
Question is whether you can foot the bill.
あとは、あなた次第です。武帝の契約がいかなるものかは。
Yeah.
耳にしています。
理由を含めて詳しいご説明をするべきでしょうね。
理由ですか。それは。
Yeah, no point in knowing if you're gonna pay anyway.
ご興味ない。
というより聞かない方が良さそうなので。
I might get cold feet, learning all the gruesome details.
余計なことは聞かず、自分の責任を果たすことだけ考えて死にたいのです。
わかりました。なら控えましょう。ところで、今のお言葉は、契約条件の承服を意味するものと。
ええ。身の回りの整理はすべて済ませてきました。ここから
wiped your hard drive, put away the dishes,
煮るなり焼くなり、
fed the
い
cats.
かようにも。いえ、なるだけ楽な方法を選んでいただき
Yeah,
たく
if
はあ
you
りますが。
could make it, real quick, that'd be appreciated.
結構です。それで、
他にも何か必要なのですか？払えるものは払います。陸奥が守られるのであれば何でも。
そうですか。では最後に確認しましょう。知事殿、あなたは力を求めますか？
Yeah.
はい。ぜひとも。
武帝、承認が下りました。直ちに部隊を編成、函館へ向かわせます。ロシア軍の司令部を壊滅させ、主だった艦船も航行不能に。今夜いっぱいで全て片付くでしょう。肩の荷が下りたというお顔をし。
そうですね。重いやつを下ろしました。
Yeah, don't gotta worry about your family being, worked to the bone in some fucking Russian field, growing rye or whatever.
そんなものはいりません。これは契約なんですから。
And all dying of like fucking alcohol poisoning because they drank the. God, what was it? It was in the Soviet-Afghan war. It was the antifreeze for one of the MiGs. It had alcohol in it, but it was mainly fucking toxic chemicals. But soldiers being soldiers learned, oh, if we like fucking boil it off, all that's left is the alcohol, and we can just drink that. Because alcohol has a super high boiling point, and everything else would just evaporate, and they're just left with like industrial grade ethanol, and they would just drink it and go blind and die. They're like, it's better than being fucking here.
ただ、
は
あなたが大きな誤解をしていなければ良いのですが。
Yeah, it didn't really spell it out much in the contract.
誤解
You didn't read the fine text.
倉部立脇、
は
今回は君の隊に任せる。
ありがたく。
武帝の掟を言え。
善悪相殺。
ならばどうする？
殺めた敵兵の数を勘定し、同じ数だけ陸奥の民衆も殺してまいる。
よろしい。ただし1名減らしておくこと。
はっ、
行け。
ごめん。
待て、
何か。
陸奥の民衆も殺すと聞こえたぞ。
Yep.
そう言いましたので、
私だけではないのか。
依頼人のお命は必ずいただきます。が、今回の場
Yeah,
合、
gotta balance
それ
the
だけではどうに
scales.
もなりませんね。
No freebies.
今時の軍は将軍が一人死んだ程度で止まるものでもないですし、相当量の殺戮が必要となると、あなたの命だけでは。ですので不足分はあなたの味方から。
敵と味方を同じ数
Uh-huh.
殺すのか。
ええ、やはり多少の誤解があったようですね。けど後悔は
Yeah,
な
no,
さ
like
ら
you're
な
gonna
くていいんですよ。
have to live with the consequences. Weighing
あ
on
な
your
たは
conscience.
何も間違ったことをしていない。武帝が介入しなければ陸奥の人々がただ一方的に殺
Yeah,
され
you
るだ
just
けだった。
chose the option with the least amount of
ロシアの
casualties.
正義のもと、ただただ一方的に。
It was the economical decision.
しかし私たちが動くからにはそうはさせない。必ず両方に均等な死を与えます。正義が勝利することのないように。
なぜそんなことをする。
理由は聞きたくないとさ。
なぜだ。
なぜ敵も味方も殺してしまうのか。なぜ？お答えしましょう。あなたが求めた力とはそういうものだから。
Yep, can't only reap the benefits. End.
「ミド、風邪をひいてしまうからね。」
This is not a story of heroes. This is the story of Full Metal Demon Muramasa. Goes hard, not gonna lie. The demon. The world is burning. Though that eldritch star no longer shines, the flames of conflict fed by its song rage on without cease. The wind howls, the sky trembles, the earth rots beneath our feet. Men kill men and are killed by men in turn. The mountain of corpses grows even higher. And in the midst of it all, I'm still alive. Why? I stabbed myself through the heart. I felt the life depart my body. And yet, my soul arose from the darkness into a world where everything had ended. Muramasa says that Hikaru may have saved me with the last of her power. I have no proof, but how else to explain it? The question then is why? Why save me? It is only recently that I've started to wonder. In the early days, I simply accepted it, even welcomed the future that I still possessed, for there was a promise that had been made to me on which I could now collect. So I approached the Commissioner and His Highness, the Prince, and beseeched them to execute me for my crimes, as they swore to do when this all began. My suffering, my death, be justice for those I had slain. And that justice, my victims were denied. Men who promised to see it done, who alone knew the depths of my guilt, have ignored their solemn duty to send me to the noose. Rest now, was all that they would say the first few times I went before them to beg. Now my requests for audience are simply denied. Just this morning, I knelt at the gates of Kenshoji and was gently rebuffed by the young lay priest. My patrons have grown too busy, they said, and will see me when matters permit. And so I go on living. Why? The question grows, buzzing in my brain, as I wander aimlessly the streets of Kamakura. Why am I alive? All that surviving has given me is time to consider my regrets. I killed Hikaru, the one person I had sworn to protect, whose happiness was supposed to mean more to me than anything. And I killed her. Why? Was there no other way? I mean, was there truly no other way? I'm just making up sentences now. And if not, then why did I wait so long? As I failed to act, so many died. So many more are dying right now. This world shaped by Hikaru's dream. If I had killed her 2 years ago, none of this would have happened. Regret. It is the only regret. There is only regret. I'm losing it.
今度はどこだって？6時道だ。米屋に難民の集団が押し込んだらしい。くそ、あっちでもこっちでも。
I know. Regret is fruitless. Instead, I should work to correct my mistakes, to bring order to the chaos that Hikaru and I wrought. But how? How do I stop a thousand conflicts, great and small? Do I pick sides, decide who is right, and destroy their enemies in virtue's name? Nonsense. What difference does it make who I believe is right? Every enemy is someone's friend. Every evil is someone's good. Thus, all might obeys the law of balance. Knowing this, will they go into battle claiming that my cause is just? How can I? I've had my fill of self-righteousness, and the victory of one side justice only sets the stage for the next conflict, and the next. Is there another way then? Should I walk the battlefield pleading for peace, with only my words and conviction as weapons? Yes, that is the righteous path. But is it a path that I can walk? One must have virtue to do virtuous deeds. I've fought and killed. What gives me the right to say, stop the fighting and killing? Will anyone listen when I reach out with hands covered in blood? No. They will greet me with scorn, and I will deserve it for insulting them so. Where does that leave me then? Nowhere? Nowhere. I can only kill and destroy. This is beyond my power. And so I live, unable to pay for the lives I have taken, unable to end the suffering I have unleashed. Why?
抵抗するな。おとなしく奪ったものを返せ。うるさい。こっちだって好きでやってんじゃねえ。死にたくなければどいたろ下手い。貴様ら。
Man's really not having a good time of it out here. Why am I alive? Kageaki has been gone since morning. I know from experience that the day will have turned before he finds his way home. In the beginning, I would follow him as he wandered the city, grinding away the hours as if prizing them from his flesh. Every step he took seemed to reaffirm that indeed, his existence was meaningless. Not anymore. Now I wait. A sigh drops from my lips. It lands with a heavier sound than I expected. I look up for a moment, anticipating reproach. I need not have worried. I can sigh all I like, even rage and rail, and no one will so much as lift a disapproving eyebrow. The house is empty but for me, as it always is when Kageaki is gone. Supposedly, it belongs to his father, but I have never once seen the man here, and his housekeeper, a woman by the name of Makimura, is away on personal business. When was she last here? Can't remember. Should be easy enough to recall, even if she is rather like a shadow. Ever since the final battle with Ginseigo, the Metal Heart by Shingane has lost much of its luster. At last, the purpose that sustained it for 5 long centuries is gone. 500 years. Not so long, perhaps, when you spend most of them in slumber. But these past 2 years were fraught with enough to fill 100 lifetimes. So many meetings and partings, so many battles, so much death, and yet it all seems far away. Perhaps I am dying, as Tsurugi do when they have no reason to go on.
けれど
No, one thing has not lost its edge. As the Tsurugi part of me rusts away, shriveled organs once shaped the flesh swell and pulse with new life. That life has a focus, and that focus has a name. Kageaki, my master. He's not a Tsurugi. Even absent purpose, his heart goes on beating, keeps him alive, forcing him to live in a hell of futile guilt. This isn't what I wanted. Yes, I wanted him to live, but not so that he could continue, not that he could suffer. Should I be happy that he hasn't killed himself? How can I be, when the only reason he doesn't is that it would give him relief? Suicide would be an escape from his burdens, and Minato Kageaki would never allow himself that. So no, I don't want him to die. How is this any different? If his wounds continue to fester, they will eventually consume him. His soul will die, and that is the same as losing the flesh which contains it.
どうにかしないと
One thing I know, maybe he no longer needs my power. But I'll be damned if I go to my rest leaving him like this. When night finds me, I'm busy trying to drown the Sahara Desert. I fill my cup for the dozenth time and empty it down my throat. The liquor has no taste or texture, just a weight that settles like lead in my gut. One more. Oh, this is foolishness. Why drink if I cannot enjoy the taste? It will not even bring me solace. Indeed, the drink is utterly powerless, whether to lift my spirits or dull them enough that I can sleep. This cup has no meaning, no purpose, no worth. This cup is me. Oh, you can tell he's drunk because he's like, "You're my only friend, cup." One more. I ignore Muramasa's stare and continue my work. I've never been much of a drinker. Still, there was a time when I knew how to enjoy a drink. My mother taught me. She taught me to smoke, and though I never grasped the appeal of tobacco, liquor, as it is said to do, over time made a place for itself on my tongue. I no longer recall how to find that place. Each sip is worse than the last. I think that something tasteless could be so revolting. One more. It does have one effect, this poison. It summons the greater poison that dwells inside me. The memories, the faces, they dance before me, an endless parade of the lives I've taken. I'm a murderer. My crimes are unforgivable, but no one will punish me for them. So I go on living. Living to do what? Make amends? No, I can do nothing. What good am I? What am I? Why am I allowed to exist? One more. The liquid slides down my throat, corrosive tendrils embracing my organs. I hear them rotting. One more. One more. One. The torment has stopped. I cannot lift my cup. I look. There's a hand on my arm.
そのくらいにして
Yeah, we're cutting you off.
ムラマサ。
今日はもう休んで
Her tone is pleading. In her eyes, I see how sincerely she cares. Why? What's the point? She smiles when I let the cup go. I seize her wrist.
酒をよせというなら。
Guess we'll just have to have you. In truth, I know. There is one thing that can save me. One thing in whose depths I can drown. It was never the drink. It's this.
お前が変わる。
Man, we're like at the end. This is like we're coming up on like 2 hours. I just kind of do I keep going, or like how long is the epilogue, or in all honesty, I'll probably make this. I'm almost at my recording limit. Once I hit like 20 more minutes, I have to stop for the day. I'll probably make this a double parter, and upload it tomorrow.
Mido?
The body beneath me is warmer than a Tsurugi has any right to be. Softer too, and that I cannot blame on the alcohol heating my core.
何をしている。
A ridiculous question. Obviously, I'm preparing to rape Muramasa. She knows what's coming. I'm not fooling her. It's already much too late to turn back. So I don't. I press my lips to her throat and give her a flick of my tongue. And we're even really drinking. Lucky guy doesn't get a whiskey dick. She jerks as if I have shocked her with a prod. A slight overreaction, but that is all. She makes no attempt to escape or to push me away, not even though tears glisten in her eyes. It is as I suspected, as I knew from the onset. Muramasa will not reject me.
よし。
Yeah, dude's just like, he's like, well, life sucks, and then he goes and grabs his own hole and just goons. Take advantage of her like this. It is the act of a base, vile thing. And is that not what I already am? What I've always been, though I was able to hide it? I continue that futile charade. I'm a beast, a worm, a slug. I should act according to my stature. Rut then, feast, wallow in your filth. Muramasa will accept you. Drawn to her lips, I take them and suck. It's not enough. I grip the back of her skull to form a tighter seal. Her tongue comes next, together with a generous helping of saliva. Yummy. But where her bodies touch, I feel her distress, and still she remains obedient. Good. We'll descend into darkness together. I reach for her clothes. What's wrong? Why hesitate? Just take the plunge and fall forever. No one will stop me. No one will blame me. As long as I myself forgive the act.
Mido! 待って!
Thank you for not making me have to edit. I very much appreciate it. No more. Please, no more. No more of this. Of me. Man's skin is too good for me to Tokagiaki. Let me be something else instead. A cat, a dog, an ant, a stone. It's a stone. A stone will do. Where's justice? Where's law? I've offended grievously. Can't you see?
すいません。手相の勉強をしてるんですけど、お手を拝見してもよろしいですか?
I've killed so many. I've earned your wrath. Why won't you punish me? I'm here. Take my head. Where's this mercy? I'm supposed to live and atone for my crimes. Many argue that it is wrong to put criminals to death, that they should be given a chance to make amends. I understand the logic, but what of a man who cannot set things right?
うわー、素晴らしい手相ですね。ん？でもこれは。
And for the low, low price of $19.99, I can tell you which way to go at this crossroads to avoid your bad future that lays on the other road. Life. Do I atone for these lives? Not only those I ended myself, but those beings lost right now because of what I failed to do. No. How can I think of atoning when I can't even stop the bloodshed? At this very moment, I'm still killing. In Yamato, in Europe, all across the world. The blood of countless people is on my hands.
あなたは何かお悩みですね。そうですか、そうでしょう。実は今、すぐ近くで僕の先生が講演会を開いているんですよ。あなたも参加されれば悩みが解決するかもしれません。きっと 解決します。参加料はたったの500円ですから。
You know, gotta cover the overhead of the meeting space, that's all. Nobody needs me. No one will punish me. Why am I alive? This world is wrong.
今の世には災いが満ちている。戦争はいつまでも続き、ついに天までもが狂い始めた。どうしてこのようなことになった
Good
の
old
か。
cults. Because of me. It's all my fault. My fault. Mine. Please do something. I mustn't be allowed to go on.
これはあなた方一人一人に責任がある。
Or you have sinned.
他人のせいにして
And
はい
only
け
by
ない。
giving me $20 every month for the rest of your lives can you atone for these sins.
あなたが今日の災いを招いてしまったのだ。
Yes. So tell me, what am I to do?
あなた方の犯した間違いを教えよう。思い出していただきたい。あなた方は誰がこの国の主だと思ってい
The
る。
lizard people. It's all their fault.
そう、帝だ。しかし、
Oh?
あなた方の崇める金城の帝は偽物なのだ。500年前、南北朝の争いで南朝方が勝利し、今に至る高等の元となっている。
Alright,
だがあの時、
getting weird with it.
正統の朝廷は北朝であった。正しい皇統が消え、誤った皇統が立てられ、信州大和は汚れてしまった。あなた方は大和国民として
So, who's
正
the,
しい道へ立ち戻らねばならない。
who's the rightful
誤った
emperor
道
right now?
を捨てなくてはならない。
The righteous path. Was the path that I walked wrong? Is it not too late? Can I go back and set things right? How far? Looking back, I see only mistakes. Every act I have taken seems wrong. Yet, every act was also necessary. Each mistake derived inexorably from the mistake that came before. Where did it start? How far back must I go to prevent this?
正しい帝を崇めるのだ。それは誰あろう私である。
And who's that?
この私。
Oh, it's you?
倉沢
That's
こそ
crazy.
北朝の末裔。あなた方は京都の義弟を廃し、代わりに私を包帯しなくてはならない。さすれば私は大和に太平を与えよう。いつによって成し遂げるであろう。なぜなら陳は正しい帝、
I
あ
think
ら人の神なのだ。
I think you're just a schizophrenic with a cult.
陳は神なのだ。ひれ伏せ我が臣民よ。
No one will ever beat my man Hong Christ, though. Leader of the fucking Heavenly Empire or whatever, Heavenly Kingdom in China, you know. Dude fucking failed the civic service exam so hard, he had like a fucking catatonic break and went insane and had a fever, then woke up. He's like, I am the brother of Jesus Christ in China, and he wants me to fucking overthrow the emperor and establish, God's kingdom on earth here in China. I'm not gonna say he came close, but man, he fucking fucked some shit up when he was doing his thing. I was reading A Font of Peace. Is that what it was? I have only met one God. Was that long-awaited Savior foretold, here to cleanse mankind of its sins? Would its light have granted joy to the world, done my crimes, made everything right? But I destroyed it. That would doom the world? And why?
おお、我が民よ。そなたが最初に正しき道へ立ち返った。北朝の帝位を奪還するため、
Yeah, you me,
共
bro.
に
Best
戦
buds.
おう。 さあ他の者も何をしている。偽りの帝を崇め続ける者は救われんぞ。
神、お前が世界を救うため
I
に
gotta
来た
kill you.
なんで俺ごときに殺された。神がなんでだ。
あんた右翼の人。
救うならちゃんと救え。俺など踏み潰せばよかったろうが。貴様が真面目にやっていれば。
待って、殺さないで。や
Oh,
め
that
ま
was
す。
quick.
北朝政党でやっぱりやめます。
I fling the god aside together with my rage. He flees, screaming into the night. It's too late now. God is dead. No one will erase my mistakes or me. There's no hope left. Why am I here? Why am I here? Where even is this place? I know so little. My brain must have dropped it somewhere. Perhaps I should go looking. No, it's done me no good. I'm better off without it. Where am I? I feel like I should recognize this place. Perhaps that man will tell me.
失礼。脳みそを探してるんです。
Oh yeah, it's really fucking setting in now.
お前らなんでこんな時間にうろうろしてやがるんだ。あ
No, I'm just
やっ
drunk.
ぱり怪しい奴らだ。
橋を壊しただけじゃ足りないのか。今度は何をやるつもりだった。
違う、俺たちも怪しい奴がいないか見回ってたんだよ。橋を壊した奴が出てきたら捕まえようと思って。捕まるわけねえだろ。犯人が犯人を探してるんじゃな。だから本当に違うんだ。俺たちはやってない。
Ah, gotta love small town politics.
白々しい。お前らでなけりゃ誰がやるんだよ。
Like, who fucking left that pothole in the road? Fucking gonna have 10 different town meetings about it. Damn, he's occupied. So are the dozen or so people around him. This won't do. At a crossroads, Palm Reader said. I need to help decide whether to find my brain or God and my 500 yen. Without one or the other, how will I ever restore the Northern Court?
一応お尋ねします。神か。
Man's on a fucking drunken side quest. Gotta love it.
なんか地獄。
It was only fun when you're like downtown bar hopping and it's got like the scene when you're just like fucking wandering through suburban neighborhoods, you know, drunkly harassing people. It's not so much fun anymore.
ああ、自分でも結構です。あれです。自分探し。
は？なんだよあんた。あっ、酒くせえ。
It's because dude like fucking killed a fucking handle of whiskey
なぜ
myself.
でしょう。どれも酔ってはいないようです。
おい、誰だよ。こんな酔っ払い連れてきたのは。
知らねえって勝手に寄ってきたんだろ。なあ、あんた悪いけど今は取り込み中でさ。
It's like, sorry, drunk guy. We can't chaperone you right now.
そうです。取り込んでいるのです。自分がなぜ生きているのかはわかり
Yeah,
ません。
spitting truth.
どなたかご存知ではないでしょうか。
Maybe you should go home and have some
願わ
water.
くばご教示を賜りたく。
You know, maybe throw up too. It'll do you some good. Get the poison out before it just
や
rots in
け
your
に丁寧な
gut.
酔っ払いだな。
ああ、こんなのどうでもいい。とにかくお前ら橋のことを忘れる気はねえからな。だから俺たちは
橋とは。
いや、
Oh no, not the bridge.
そこの川に落ちてるだろ。
なるほど。俺はいけません。
But you see, that's a pun
しかし
because
自分が思う
his hashi is it means bridge and chopsticks.
フォークかスプーンを渡れば良いのではないかと。
相手するなよ。
That's a Japanese linguistic joke.
あの橋はな、俺たちの生活に必要だったんだ。
このままで済ませてたまるか。弁償ってそんな。できないってんなら
フォーク。
Man, you need a lot of forks.
フォーク？お前ら全員追い出すまでだ。
フォークで。
フォークで？誰と話してんだよ。っていうか邪魔だからあっち行ったろ、酔っ
Ah,
払い。
he's evolved now.
お前だよ。キョロキョロすんな。
You're part of the main quest, whether you like it or
自分は
not.
酔っていませんが。
どう見ても酔ってるよ。
なんと。
Yeah, that's what all drunk people say.
自分は酔っていた
I'm
ん
not
です。
I'm not drunk.
では、もう少し酔っ払いらしく。
You gotta put your tie around your head, then everyone will know you're really drunk.
十分だ。
おい、構うなって。
分かってる。いいか、もう一度言っとく。
おい。
お前にじゃねえよ。
だからさ。
分かって
Where are
る。
we going with this?
いいか難民ども。弁償するか出ていくかどっちかだ。勝手ばっか言いやがって。俺たちはやってないって言ってるだろ。
Do you think the bridge just fell down because it's old rickety piece of shit?
知るか。どの道お前らは邪魔なんだよ。なんだと。
争わないでください。
もういいからお前はどっか行け。
Nothing good comes from
争って
fighting.
はいけません。悪いのは自分です。
I did it.
は
あなた方が攻め合うべきではない。俺を攻めればいい。災いを生んだのは俺だ。俺が悪い。俺を責めろ。そうしてくれ。どうそれでもいい。
Like, guy, you just fucking showed up. I mean, it'd be nice if it was you, and then, you know, that solved the issue of finding out who did it, but, like, we know it isn't you. We appreciate you, you know, trying to take the fall, but...
だから。
Night sky spreads above me. It's vast. But what happened to the moon? That's right. Karu broke it. I was told her to take better care of her toys. I roll on the ground, clutching my sides. My belly aches with the force of my laughter. Moon. The moon! Hey, look at that! Ah, what a world. Right, Hikaru? Hikaru. Why? Why didn't you break me, too? Did you leave me behind? Why?
おい、こいつどうする？
I don't know, just fucking, like, put him on his side, you know, in the recovery position, so that way if he throws up, he doesn't drown in it.
どうするって。くそ。なんだかバカバカしくなっちまった。
Did a good job at, like, diffusing the situation,
俺
though.
もだ。今日は引き上げようぜ。
It's like, it's late, you know, we're all a little on edge, we said some things
Ah.
we didn't mean. Just call it a night. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to stop for now. Whether this is going to be, you know, the end of the episode or, you know, just an intermission before I splice in the next part depends entirely on how long this continues to go on whenever I get home from work. So, in case it is the end ends, if it's just the end of the episode, you know, don't worry, you'll see the next one. If it isn't, then it'll begin like any second now, and this won't make much sense. Anyway, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna go to work now. So I guess I'll do my little bit. If it's the end of the episode, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Bye for now.